He would take it to you as well.
Oh, yeah.
He would block. He would get the extra inch.
He's not going out of bounds.
Yeah, no. And just a great high character guy you respect.
All right, so now these are the guys that I'm going to have to bring up a few more, and you don't have to spend as much time if you don't want to, but running backs got all the glory, the receivers and the quarterbacks, but there are these other guys known as offensive linemen that you might have met a few times. Did you ever play against Art Shell?
I did. Played against Art Shell. They came to Atlanta. It was 95 degrees, and they had their black jerseys on. And I'm going, man, we got these guys today because they're going to sweat. They're going to die,
Yeah.
Man, they beat us like yard dog. And the Art Shell was just a big guy that he would just he was like a bulldozer. He come right at you and just knock you over.
I don't think people understand. I've been on the field as far as with you guys, just some of the guys we have at camp, and some of these guys are so big that if you think about trying to see behind them where the running back's going, that's why they tell the running back to go off their butt, because if you're in front of them, you're like, it's 50-50. I'm going to go this direction and hope the running back's there,
Well, my goal was to get a bigger guy in front of him so he didn't have a chance to block me one-on-one, because he's like 300 and whatever, and I'm 220 soaking wet, which I was. So.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let me go to this one right here. I want to do a couple of more offensive line. How about this guy was your teammate, Jeff Van Note?
Jeff Van Note. The first time I met him as a rookie, I go into the locker room and I see this guy that's green. And I walk up to him and I said, I punched him on the shoulder. I said, "Hey, coach, I hadn't met you yet." He stepped back. He said, "You rookie." I'm not going to say exactly what he said. And what are you doing? And this guy was a center in his 13th year. Well, That particular year, never forget this. We're playing Dallas Cowboys. People the Falcon fans remember this. We are 12-4, best record in the NFL. We're playing the Cowboys. They had won the wild card game. It's Saturday before we play Sunday. We got Sunday at 4:00, the marquee game, right? So Jeff, we're having a players meeting. Jeff gets up. He says, "Look," he says, "we got the Cowboys tomorrow. Their defensive line, the front four." He said, Randy White.
Yeah,
I'm keeping this right. He said, "Boomer, you got such and such. You're going to slaughter him." And he went down the line with he said, "We have prepared for this." And I'm going, I'm levitating in my seat. I'm so excited. But here he is in his 13th year playing in the second playoff game, I guess. He knows that we got a great team. And what a great leader and a guy, you're talking about transition. He must have had 8 or 9 head coaches while he was there. He was able to persevere
he becomes a coach on the field a little bit too, I would imagine, for those younger offensive players.
He does.
How about this guy, Mike Webster? Did you ever play against Mike Webster?
So my first game in Fulton County Stadium in Atlanta, I've got a picture with Mike Webster, Terry Bradshaw, and Franco Harris, and the camera is got me as a linebacker. I'm going, shoot, man, if I never play another down, I got this picture to say I did play, right? So this guy comes out, and it's like his arms are bigger than his legs, and didn't say much, but he had tremendous respect in the league.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Just 2 or 3 more. We'll be done. Russ Grimm, did you ever play against that guy right there?
Played against him several times. Russ was a really good offensive lineman, I'm not going to say better, but he had a radio show. The thing about the Washington Hogs, Redskin Hogs, is almost all of them had radio shows. They were like quarterbacks with their personality. It was amazing that Redskin team, but he had a tremendous personality.
Wow.
I used to play golf with him in the off season, but they just did their job. They came together and didn't have, I don't think, the best talent, but they just were a machine, and their offensive line was really the basics. And he was
think about that. We talked about John Riggins. You've got to face that offensive line that's sweeping down the field, and that's the way it was on any good team. And then if it breaks up, there's this guy named John Riggins, and you're like, man, good Lord. All right, let's see 2 more. I only got 2 more, and these are teammates This guy right here, I grew up watching this guy play quarterback, Steve Barkowski. That's who was the quarterback when I was watching the Falcons. He was a teammate of yours. What kind of guy was he?
The greatest guy, the greatest leader.